Meghan Markle, ladies and gents, she is causing a great divide, isn't she? Although most of the division is against her rather than for her. She's got very few in her camp. I'll tell you what was she, a third or fourth rate actress back in America? I think she'd only done one series, was it? One show, was it? That Suits? Only third or fourth on the bill. And no great stars above her. I think there was only one face on the show that I'd ever seen before. Snares herself a prince, marries a prince, and it looks to all those from the outside, and we may be wrong here, turns him on his family, on his country and everybody else, and at the same time turns her own back on her own family. I don't know how bad she is, I really don't, but I know many do not like her. I know she said a lot of things in print and in interviews that have been a bit less than palatable. She may have had some problems with the British press, but maybe she's brought a lot of it on herself. She seems to cut publicity pretty readily. She seems to pretty much like it. I don't know. We're hearing things in the press now. I mean, Spotify, they walked away from her. They've called her a grifter. Well, they're both grifters. That's pretty bad. But if there's one grifter there, I don't think it'll be Harry. I don't think he's got it in him. I think it'll be his wife. I think Netflix are looking at walking away because they paid a lot of money for absolutely no content. But the real thing that I want to bring up is I heard somebody having a pop at her this morning on YouTube. Couldn't believe it. I'm pretty sure I knew the voice. The face and the body shape has changed massively as it does yearly. Just like her mum, if it's who I think it is. It sounded very much like Kelly Osbourne. They didn't put a name on there, so I'm not sure, but I think it was Kelly Osbourne. The fact that every second or third word began with F made me think, well, that's either Kerry Katona or Kelly Osbourne. I think it was Osbourne. It wasn't Katona, I don't think. And I thought to myself, Kelly, if there's one person in the world that I'm not going to listen to about any subject or anybody, it's you. In fact, no, on second thoughts, I think you're third. First would be your mum, second would be Kerry Katona, then it'd be you. I'm not going to be listening to you at all, love, so your opinion means nothing to me. As I say, you're effing and blinding, you're calling old Harry for wearing a Nazi uniform in a fancy dress. Maybe he shouldn't have worn it. Maybe he's royalty. But it was a fancy dress. You've got to realise it was a fancy dress. And from what I can gather, some of his family are from that neck of the woods anyway. His more extended family, if you like. Good grief, you're coming from a dad who called himself the Prince of Darkness. He loved talking about black magic. He did a song, one of his biggest ever songs, called Mr. Crowley, about old Alistair Crowley. He does LPs with crosses there and gravestones and crosses turned upside down. I don't know what that means, but I don't think it's supposed to be very nice. He revels in it. He bites heads off bats. He does all of that. And you're having a pop at Prince Harry for wearing a uniform? Come on, Kelly Osbourne, get a grip of yourself. If it was you, I'm sure it was. But as I say, you're like your mum. Year on year, I don't know. You look different every single year I see you. The thing is, you open your mouth and you sound exactly the same. F, 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 F. I know some of them words, Kelly, but I don't use them on here. There's no need for it. You don't need to. You can prove a point without doing that. You don't need to try hard to be outrageous. You are it anyway. You're the daughter of Ozzy and your mum Sharon. You're going to be outrageous. Don't worry about that, love. Kelly Osbourne. Why they're interviewing is beyond me. What she knows about Meghan Markle and no Prince Harry, absolutely beyond me completely. Kelly Osbourne. Good grief. Unbelievable.